Hi friends, I am one among you. It is a boon to connect our life with nature. According to the greatest saying, health is wealth. It is a greatest task for us to lead a healthy life. If health is gone, everything is gone. A healthy person can lead a more peaceful life more than a richest person having a diseased body. So our real wealth is our health. I am just a driving force to create awareness about your health. Thiruvalluvar says, disease, its cause, what may abate the ill, let leech examine these, then use his skill. In his sayings, he clearly stated that it is our responsibility to be clear about any disease, its root cause, and the medication we undertake. In this documentation, I trigger your awareness in explaining different types of diseases, its effect on the prescribed medication currently in practice, and the components in that particular medicine. Do you know our ancestors lead a healthy life only because they take food as medicine? Most of the diseases were overcome by their in their home. I mean in their kitchen itself. They handle it brilliantly. Let us discuss in detail. Malaria, a life-threatening disease caused by mosquito, which creates 85% economic burden on mankind. Comparing to HIV, tuberculosis, measles and pneumonia, malaria is the most vulnerable disease. Malaria infection spreads to others only by Anopheles mosquito. When a mosquito eats blood from an infected person, they get the pathogenic Plasmodium parasite from him and transmit the disease to another person's blood. Symptoms that cause these parasites to multiply in the red blood cells include anemia, headache, difficulty in breathing, heart rate increase, and more. Other common symptoms include fever, colic, nausea, flu, and in some patients it may lead to coma and even death due to the severity of the disease. It is widespread in tropical and subtropical regions, including parts of Americas, Asia, and Africa. The World Health Organization estimates that 30 to 40 crores of people worldwide were affected by the disease. 10 to 30 lakhs of people die from the disease. Most of the deaths are young children in sub-Saharan Africa. About 90% of all malaria-related losses occur in Africa. In 2018, an estimated 22.8 crores cases of malaria occurred, compared with 23.1 crore cases in 2017 and 25.1 crore cases in 2010. In 2018, there were an estimated 4,05,000 deaths from malaria globally, compared with 4,16,000 estimated deaths in 2017 and 5,85,000 in 2010. In 2018, an estimated $270 crore was allocated for malaria control and elimination efforts globally by governments of malaria endemic countries and international partners, a reduction from $320 crores that was allotted in 2017. At the time of independence in 1947, of a population of 33 crores, about 7.5 crore peoples were estimated to be infected with malaria every year. And the direct mortality due to the disease was estimated at 8 lakhs per annum. To combat this menace, the Government of India launched the National Malaria Control Program in April 1953. The program proved highly successful and the number of malaria cases significantly declined to about 20 lakhs by 1958. Encouraged by this, the program was changed to a more ambitious National Malaria Eradication Program in 1958. By 1961, the incidence dropped further to a mere 49,000 cases with no deaths. But since then, the program suffered repeated setbacks due to technical, operational, and administrative reasons, and the cases started rising again. Malaria was most prevalent in urban areas in the late 1960s. In 1976, there were 64 lakhs cases of malaria. This is more widespread than ever before. According to the World Malaria Report 2017, more than half of the population, 69.8 crore people, were affected by malaria. Indians account for about 6% of all malaria affected cases and deaths globally. In India, 24,000 deaths occurred out of 13 lakhs of malaria affected cases. Worldwide impact of malaria between 1980 and 2010 was examined. In India, the death rate was around 47,000 according to the report published on February 2012 at Lancet. The Global Technical Strategy for Malaria was created by World Health Organization, aims to certify malaria-free country worldwide. Serious efforts are underway to control the impact of the disease by 2030. World Malaria Day is celebrated on April 25th of every year. Hydroxychloroquine is used to treat malaria. The term, commonly heard nowadays, is highly recommended for coronavirus and in great demand. Analyzing the history of this, we have to travel to 17th century. In the year 1630, the wife of a viceroy in Peru had fever. Herbal medicines were prepared by the herbalist from the bark of cinchona tree. The disease was cured. The components found in cinchona trees made a tremendous change. It is nothing but quinine molecules. It was proved 300 years later, and they discovered chloroquine from quinine molecules. Chloroquine medication was given to the soldiers suffering from malaria during Second World War. There is a record that some of the soldiers who was medicated by these overcome from arthritis and rheumatoid arthritis also. Cinchona, genus of about 23 species of plants, mostly trees, in the madder family Rubiaceae, native to the Andes of South America. The bark of some species contains quinine and is useful against malaria. During the 300 years between its introduction into Western medicine and its medical use during World War I, quinine from cinchona was the only effective remedy for malaria. Dutch and British naturalists have shipped cinchona seeds from South America to Asia in the 1850s and 60s for the medical needs of Europeans living in the tropics. They not only planted those trees, but also they made many researches. First of all, in Java, India and Sri Lanka, particularly 4 varieties of cinchona trees were cultivated. Quinine and quinidine are the most common in treating cardiovascular and life-threatening disease like malaria. These types of trees cultivated in Nilgiris, Anamalai and Darjeeling since 1859. Natural quinine bark is still used in herbal medicine globally. Quinine has been used as an herbal remedy for many diseases in Brazil, South America and Europe. It is used to treat indigestion, gastric disorder, fatigue, malaria, cardiovascular disease, loss of appetite, some neurological disease, arthritis, headache, anemia and all forms of fever, etc. Thus, the history of hydroxychloroquine is over 300 years old. Likewise, in the forthcoming episode, we can see about a disease by which most of the people suffered, its cause, what may abate the ill. Let us examine this. If this information boosts your driving force of your search, subscribe.